Welcome back to the channel, everyone. CryptoTakeOver here, coming back with a Bitcoin cryptocurrency video for you today. We're taking a look at an article from CNBC News. You can see here that after a Bitcoin crackdown, China now calls it an investment alternative and a significant shift in tone. So maybe China easing up on the cryptocurrency hodlers and investors, possibly. But we hear about a lot of this, possible ban on cryptocurrency and all these other different countries and stuff too. And a lot of it's just FUD created. But we're going to see also in our charts today if Bitcoin could possibly be wanting to see a recovery. We touched all the way down at about $51,000 during our flash crash as of yesterday, and now we're starting to see the recovery all the way back up to $57,000. So Bitcoin obviously now in a recovery phase, but we're going to take a look at the charts after we go through this article here. And so without further ado, let's go ahead and get started and cue that intro. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, folks. Hit that notification bell so that we all can stay updated every single video that we make on this channel each and every single day as the crypto markets continue to rally into 2021. Do I think that we're at a possible top? I don't think we're at the top just yet, but I do think that we are kind of inching our way closer and closer to that possible phase that is coming towards us, but we'll see how much more steam we got left in us once we jump on over to the charts. And then folks, if you want to stay up to date with us 24/7 when we don't have time to make videos, then join us over in our private trading group page. We use Patreon as a payment processor, and then we post everything inside of our Discord page, but we want to make sure that you sign up through Patreon to get that private access role. All right, so we got our first article here. Let's see. After Bitcoin crackdown, China now calls it an investment alternative and a significant shift in tone. Li Bao, deputy governor of People's Bank of China, called Bitcoin an investment alternative, quote unquote. Industry insiders called the comments progressive and said they were significant. In 2017, China cracked down on cryptocurrency trading and so-called initial coin offerings. Okay. China's central bank is now calling Bitcoin an investment alternative, marking a significant shift in Beijing's tone after a crackdown on cryptocurrency insurance and trading nearly 4 years ago. Industry insiders called the comments progressive and are watching closely for the regulatory changes made by the People's Bank of China. We regard Bitcoin and stablecoins as crypto assets. These are investment alternatives, Li Bao, deputy governor of People's Bank of China, said on Sunday during a panel hosted by CNBC at the Bao Forum of Asia. They are not currency per se, and so the main role we see for crypto assets going forward, the main role is an investment alternative. Bitcoin was up around 2% at 12:25 p.m. Beijing time, 57,100 according to CoinDesk data. China was once one of the world's largest buyers of Bitcoin, but in 2017, China banned so-called initial coin offerings, a way to raise money for crypto companies by issuing digital tokens. That same year, authorities shut down local cryptocurrency exchanges. The moves were prompted by concerns about financial stability. As investment alternatives, many countries, including China, are still looking into and thinking about what kind of regulatory requirements may be minimal, but we need to have some kind of regulatory requirement to prevent the speculation of such assets to create a serious financial stability risk, Lee said. He said that the central banks will keep its current regulations on cryptocurrencies. Lee latest comments highlight a potential shift in tone from the PBOC CEO, founder of Babel Finance, called the comments progressive in an interview with CNBC on Monday. Let's see. I think it's quite a significant and definitely different to the previous statements or positions on public cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin appears to have becoming more mainstream in the financial world and has gained interest from institutional investors. Major corporations such as Tesla, Square Inc. Okay, obviously they've been purchasing Bitcoin too as well. All-time high coincided with direct listing of cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase, what the investors called a watershed moment of the industry. Governments are realizing that it's a valuable and established yet growing asset class and needs to regulate it. China regulating crypto would be another massive boost to the industry in China and globally. China is working on its own digital currency. The digital yuan is not a cryptocurrency and is definitely different than Bitcoin. It will be issued by the POBC. So you're going to start to see a lot of these governments just now jump on board with the cryptocurrency hype and stuff too as well. And I was actually watching a Cliff High video the other day. I think he's now on BitChute. and they were talking about how, with all this money printing going on, Cliff was saying that basically, you're just going to get this money printing being hyperinflated, but then also hyperinflating the crypto markets too as well. So you're going to see these prices just go through the freaking roof, because not only are governments and everyone else and institutional investors getting on to this trend, but they're also going to try and create their own cryptocurrencies too as well. But are you really going to want to invest in those? Probably not. We're starting to see the financial collapse before our very eyes here, folks. And I do think that y'all need to be ready for this to take place, not making sure that you're not risking too much on the table either. If you are trading, making sure that you have your hodl stash and that you leave your hodl stash just as it be. Don't dive into it, and just steadily accumulate as time progresses too as well in some of these alts. But I don't think that people are going to want to jump into these digital dollars. You know what I'm saying? We already have Bitcoin. We know that Bitcoin's secure. We already have alternatives to transact with too as well, such as Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, all these other Digibyte, everything like that nature, all the forks that are still very transactable between people and make it relatively easy. Why are people going to want to go into a government-based digital currency? You know what I'm saying? And so, the fact that a lot of these governments may be jumping on board with that, yeah, it's bullish for the crypto markets, but are people really necessarily going to use them? Probably not. We already have, the sustainability of what Bitcoin can give us, and that's that, and you can buy up to a minimal amount of Satoshis to transact with. And so that's all you need to be doing, folks. So yeah, I'll digress, but let's go ahead and jump on into the charts, see what's happening over there, and get started to see where Bitcoin may be headed to. All right, so we're taking a look here. I wanted to kind of zoom out just a tad bit. So we're taking a look at the 3-day chart, folks. And as of right now, Bitcoin's still hovering at about $57,300. So we're trying to make our way back up to that $60,000 mark after our big 15% sell-off that we saw, a big price drop there. So now we're just starting to see that recovery phase kind of take place. You can see here how this Darth Maul wick, was pretty deadly here on our 3-day chart. But what I wanted to also kind of point out was that our candlesticks are finding support here, or didn't quite close below our 21 EMA. Right now, our 21 EMA on our 3-day chart is sitting at about 53,700. So we want to make sure that we can hold this 3-day 21 EMA, which is right at about 53,700. If we are to dip below 53,700, then yeah, I'm thinking that we'll probably head a little bit further to the downside, and that's a possible end of this rally for the bull market. But I don't think that we are going to, I think that we're probably more or less going to hold support above that 21 EMA on the 3-day chart. And because if we kind of zoom back here, we can see that this 3-day 21 EMA has been very nice support for us during our previous all-time high at about $20,000, and then possibly breaking up through that $60,000 area. We've continued to hold support here, but we can kind of start to see how it's starting to move sideways, maybe not as parabolic as it has been in the past. But now we just need to make sure that we can possibly stay above it, get a nice clean bounce here above that $53,000, make sure that we don't close below the $53,700 mark. And if we zoom out here, if we start to zoom in just a little bit more, we did get our daily sell signal here, also on MarketGod, and we got that confirmed close as well too. But I think that more or less this was the actual bottom when we dipped all the way down to $51,000. I think that more likely we're just going to end up riding sideways here. As of right now on Market Cipher, you can see that our VWAP on our daily chart is starting to move out to the side. We're starting to make a little bit of a platform for ourselves here, and now we just want to start to see this VWAP start to move back the other way. You can already see our light blue momentum wave starting to recover, possibly going to find support here above our 0 pivot point on Market Cipher B. And this would be a relatively bullish move for us. If we find support above our 0 pivot point, we get a green dot for us here, and then we'll shoot back to the other side. We don't want to, if we get a dip below the 0 pivot point here, I think that would be a relatively bearish move for us. So we want to make sure that we hold support above our 0 pivot point, and continue to move possibly sideways from here on out. If we kind of keep zooming in here, let's see if we have any type of recovery incoming. Taking a look at our 12-hour chart here as well too, folks, we can also see that on Market Cipher, our VWAP is headed to the upside. It looks like we are about to put in a big, or at least a green dot for ourselves here. Momentum waves are also kind of rounding, making a rounding bottom here for ourselves too as well. So I do think that we are possibly going to be moving out to the side here. As of right now, we got this dip on our 12-hour chart below our purple trend line on our candlestick pattern, and it did lead to a little bit of a sell-off. As of right now, we haven't quite closed below the 100 EMA on our 12-hour chart, which is our red EMA line here. But I think that more than likely we're probably going to see a little bit of sideways movement here. We just need to be patient. I do know that also what I think is relatively funny, and I don't know if anyone has a correlation of this, but maybe can point something out, is that Bybit has also started another trading competition too as well. And I do know that most of the time when Bybit likes to start their trading competitions, you see a lot of volatility, you see a lot of sideways price action for the most part too. So what I'm thinking here, folks, is that we're going to create some type of symmetrical pattern. We'll probably end up deleting these blue lines here that we had drawn out. We'll probably even consolidate out further, probably going on into the rest of May. And I'm thinking that we'll probably see some chopping around here. I don't think that we're going to pump necessarily all the way back up to $60,000 or $63,000 right away and break through to a new all-time high. But as far as April is concerned, we did get that new all-time high set at $63,000 like we were talking about in March. We also pretty much predicted or talked about a new all-time high being made into April, and we did get the new all-time high being made. It didn't quite last as long as we wanted it to, but now we saw the sell-off after that occur, and so now we're just going to have to be patient and see what happens going on into the rest of April and going on into May. I think that more than likely, though, we'll see a lot of sideways action here. I think that more than likely we'll see a lot of the altcoins start to pop off a lot more. I've updated our altcoin market cap chart inside of our private trading group page too as well, so they know exactly where these alts are going to be headed to. And, and I'm super excited to see how some of our alts perform that we've been dollar cost averaging into on a regular basis. But I do think that Bitcoin is probably gonna end up moving out to the side here. Our money flow is still looking relatively thin on some of these mid time frames. Look at our 6-hour chart. We did get a big green dot down here on Market Cipher B, and so that definitely signals that, hey, it looks like we possibly found the bottom for ourselves here. But I do think that it's probably going to take a little bit longer of a recovery phase to get back up above to that $63,000 level. But I do think that we still have some juice left in us to make it back up into that area. So I wouldn't be too bearish just yet. But obviously, our money flow on our daily chart starting to round off just a tad bit. Our higher time frames still show a relatively large amount of money flow, such as our 3-day chart. Even if we are to go back and retest our 3-day chart here, you can see that our money flow during our last bull market peaks, our bull market rally peaks, has been at an all-time high above our 60% level, or right underneath our 60% level with money flow, and then we started to trickle off from there. We still have quite a bit of money flow here on our 3-day chart, folks, so I don't think that the rally is just over yet. I think that we still got quite a bit of juice left in us. We just got to be patient here, and that's just the name of the game. That's what we've been doing all the way back since 2017, is we've just been remaining patient. We've been dollar cost averaging. We haven't been taking huge risks or anything like that. We've been making sure we get into the right altcoins as well, and making sure that we're doing our own research, folks. So obviously none of this is financial advice. I encourage you to go out there and do your own research if you're wanting to get invested into this market, and seek financial advice from a financial advisor if at all possible. But I'm just some guy on YouTube making videos and I hope that y'all come back. We're gonna go ahead and end this video here. I think that we're just gonna have to be patient with ourselves here, folks, as we continue out sideways. Obviously, if you want to help support the channel, don't forget to check the links in the description box below, and then also like this video, comment down below, let me know that you're enjoying this content. We're keeping the videos ad-free as of right now. All I ask is that you maybe click some of those links down in the description box below. If you want to pick up the Market Cipher Indicator Package by CryptoFace, you can check the link in the description box. It has a 5% discount code offering there for you too as well, and you get access to CryptoFace's Discord server as well. And he's a very big supporter of the channel, so shout out to CryptoFace. And I look forward to seeing y'all on the next one, folks. So with that being said, CTO signing out. Peace.